Hi, my name is Marissa Staten with RevitalyzeMD. I'm a medical esthetician, and today I'm going to be talking about IPL treatments. As you see, I have a patient here, her before picture, and she has some dark spots and lots of freckling on her cheeks, and I'm going to show you what IPL can do for that. But before we get started, please go ahead and like and subscribe to make sure that we can get you more info for other treatments in the future. All right, as you see, I'm already performing the treatment here on the patient, and you'll just see the laser going over different areas. I like to start with the cheeks and move on. But before I get into that, as you're watching the treatment, I'm going to go ahead and answer some popular questions about IPL for you guys. So the first question is, what is IPL? IPL actually stands for Intense Pulse Light Therapy. It is also known as Photofacial, so if you see that, it is exactly the same treatment, and it's usually custom fit for the specific patient, which we'll get into later. But IPL is usually a wavelength between 500 and 600 nanometer wavelength on the light spectrum, so that's what it is. I wanted to address why we're doing the IPL treatment on this patient. She is concerned with the pigmentation on her inner cheeks and would like to get rid of that. She also has some background redness and some pore size, or would like to shrink her pore size in that area. So that's why we chose IPL. Who is suitable for IPL treatments? Everyone that is Fitzpatrick's 4 and lighter is the perfect candidate for IPL treatments. When we get into darker Fitzpatrick's, we do have to be a little bit more careful and cautious. I would do test spots before I would ever do a full face treatment with an IPL on darker skin, because the laser does not know the difference between the hyperpigmentation you want to get rid of and your natural skin color. So you do have to be careful there. Also, anyone who is taking medications that may make them more photosensitive, they are not a good candidate during that time frame. They want to get that medication out of their system, and then they can do the treatment. Someone who is out in the sun a lot or has a tan or is tanning, even self-tanning products, you do not want to be doing that in the area that we're going to be doing the treatment, because again, the laser does not know the difference between what you want to get rid of and what you want to keep. So that makes things a little hairy, so you do want to be cautious with these details. Other than that, everyone outside that category is a great treatment for them. What does the treatment feel like? Everybody wants to know on any treatment that they're receiving, how does it feel? Is it going to be painful and things like this? So with an IPL treatment or a photofacial, there's relatively no pain. Everyone is a little different, so there could be a mild pinch feeling, hot, prickly in certain spots, but for the most part, it's going to be a flash of light that might be more offensive than anything. And I always talk to the patient during the treatment, how is it feeling? If it is getting really hot and they're feeling more than the average person, okay, I probably need to adjust the settings. But for the most part, it's virtually painless. What body areas can you do the treatment on? First, the most popular areas that are performed with IPL treatments is the face, neck, chest, and hands. Actually, and the arms, especially the forearm area and lower legs, but almost any part of the body can be done on. The differences between that is how often you could do those treatments, because once you get past the jawline on the face, your body is a little slower to heal, if you will. So the face, you could do the treatments every 2 to 4 weeks, but when you get past the jowls, say starting with the neck down, you would want to do 4 weeks. How long do the treatments take for an IPL, as well as how many treatments will you need? Well, first, it's according to the area as far as how long the treatment's going to take. I would say face is about 30 minutes, hands about 15 minutes, neck 20 minutes. It's just pretty fast. If we're doing larger areas like legs or arms, we're going to get into a little bit more time, but I would say probably 45 minutes total for, say, arms. But that kind of gives you a general idea. If you were doing that, we would talk to you about that as we schedule. But how many treatments will you need? Well, we're always going to suggest 3 treatments, and you're going to do those for your face every 2 to 4 weeks. If it's body, again, I've mentioned that earlier in one of the questions, when you get from the jowls down, it's going to be 4 weeks, because your body takes a little longer to rejuvenate and shed the dark spots that we've created. Well, we've pulled to the surface, not created, but pulled to the surface, so we can exfoliate those off. Also, there is research with IPLs that doing one every 4 weeks for 3 treatments and then one every 6 months for 10 years, you will look 10 years younger than you did before you started. So that is amazing to have that treatment and that available to you, because you're going to get so many more benefits. What do I need to do before and after treatments? So first, I'm going to go over the before pre-treatment. First, I do not want your skin sensitive, red, peeling. So take that into consideration. So no chemical peels or anything. That would be, say, a week before, according to which one you got, but definitely not peeling, not red, and not sensitive, okay? So that's first and foremost. Second is I wouldn't want you to be doing anything, taking any kind of medications that's going to make you more photosensitive, sensitive to the sun. That is going to make you more photosensitive to this treatment as well. So you would want to have those particular medications out of your system before we start the treatment. Also, retinols, for instance, I would say I would want you to stop using those at least 5 days prior to the treatment. Of course, going back to what I said in the beginning, I don't want you red, sensitive, or peeling. So if you need to be off yours longer, then I want you to stop it before that. Also, cannot be tanned. I wouldn't want you to do it right after a beach trip. Self-tanners or anything that's going to make the area that we are going to treat darker. We do not want that, because the laser does not know the difference between your tan and the pigment we're trying to lift. So that's addressing pre-treatment. Second is going to be the precautions afterwards, after your treatment. An IPL treatment is going to make your skin more photosensitive, so you're going to be more sensitive to the sun. Photosensitive is what we call that. So I like to say 4 weeks out of the sun before and after. 2 weeks is the most important, but I would like to say 4 weeks because we're probably going to be doing another treatment in the future anyway. So take that into consideration. So no sun, no self-tanner right before the next treatment. Anything else is going to make the skin darker in the area that we're going to do the treatment. That was our most popular patient questions regarding IPL. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any further questions about the treatment or other treatments, don't forget to comment below. We'll get back and make some more of these great videos for you. But we're going to go now into the before and after pictures, and I want you to look closely at the inner cheeks under the orbital bone of my patient here. She's got brighter skin. She's got less pigmentation. Most of it's gone, and there's less background redness. She's got more collagen, as you can tell, a tighter skin right there at the nasal folds. She looks great. We probably going to do another treatment at the end of the summer when she's not out in the sun at all to finish it up. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions regarding the treatment or other treatments, definitely comment below, and I look forward to sending you more videos soon.